Hey there, comic fans. This is Comicfan with the latest episode of the Humble Haul. We've got a pretty good small, medium stack to show you again. I'm okay with it. It seemed like my little haul video was going to be prolonged because, can't always find everything you want to find. It's just, hit and miss. It's whether or not you find it or not. Anyway, we had a couple of good shows this weekend. We had a big convention in LA. We had another one which is about the same distance from me. And we had Stan Lee in town this weekend. That was really cool. Did I go to any of them? No, I went to none of them. I wanted to spend time with the family. Made some big sacrifices there. Anyway, I went to a show last week. And I went to a flea market. Went to a show last week, and I went to a little hole in the wall just yesterday that was an untapped resource for me. Really happy with that. I'll show you that a little later. Anyway, thought I'd just show you this really quick before we start. It's a puzzle. You guys remember puzzles, right? They came before video games. They just cut up pieces, you put them together. Not as fun as video games, but I love them. Anyways, this was a pop figure puzzle, which about 1,000 pieces, and it's sprawled all over one of my rooms right now, and I'm putting in some time on that, so I just thought I'd show you that. That was really fun. Anyway, first off, we're going to start off with a random act of kindness where one of my buddies gave me this. The Untold Legend of the Batman. This is not the actual comic book that they printed out through DC Comics. This is actually a giveaway that was only available through, believe it or not, Batman cereal. Yeah, Batman had a cereal way back when. This was issued out through, I believe, the first movie when, what's his name? Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. That was quite a ways back. I was really happy to have them. Somehow my friend got an eBay auction with four sets of these, and he gave me one. So that was really cool. Can't wait to read it. I haven't read it yet. So he gave me the first issue of number 1, number 2, number 3. Very cool. Man, I can't wait to read that. It's one of my friend's favorite storylines. Aside from that, like I said, I went to a flea market. Where I only got 2 books. 2 books there. I got a Shaun of the She-Devil novel, number 3. Pretty happy about that. It's not really the condition I wanted on. I'm not going to show you guys. It's got some water damage. Rusted staples. Ugh, I paid too much for that. Didn't find out till later. I should learn my lesson. Inspect the book before you pay, guys. And I got this. Heroes Inc. presents Canon. This is mostly done through Wally Wood and some collaborations with other people. But believe it or not, this is kind of the start of the indie era. This was published, I believe it was self-published by Wally Wood. And it's really cool. I didn't realize that until I did a little bit of investigation. That I have a bit of history here where it's one of the early independent books. Not the first, it's just an early one. And the ones that I've seen are preserved very well for a 15 center. Really cool stuff. I've flipped through it. Really good stuff. You know what? I'm just going to flip through it really quick because I've got a decent stack this week. So this could be one of my, I don't know, maybe it's one of my longer videos. We'll see what happens when I'm done with all of it. I found Dragonella as one of my favorite parts of the story in here. Let's see. Yeah, there's Dragonella, and it's kind of cartoony. I like it. Neat stuff. So it's just a couple of short stories. Good stuff. Okay. And at the show I went to that same day, that was a busy day, I got another giveaway. I'm really into these giveaways recently. Excuse me. This is the Amazing Spider-Man purchase giveaway through AIM toothpaste. Really cool thing. I've had my eye on these quite a bit. Just didn't want to pay a whole lot of money. And now that I've got it, I'm probably going to go and get it in a better condition. But yeah, I don't know. It's just really cool stuff that I when you can get a free giveaway. I don't know. I kind of like them. And especially where you had to, if I remember correctly, I don't know if you had to mail away for this or not. But no, I don't believe so. This was free with the purchase of AIM. So I think it was probably given out at the grocery store. I'll do a little bit more digging on that, see what I come up with. And the one show I went to, I got one book. One book. Unfortunately, not for me. It was one that was on my list. How about that? Giant Size Spider-Man and the Punisher. Giant Size number 4. This is the third appearance of the Punisher. Not really in a big rush to get the first appearance. This is good enough for me, but it's a cover I've always wanted, and just never wanted to pay a whole lot for. It's in decent condition that I'm okay with. So, with that being said, I get to scratch that off my list. Okay, so there, I'm about five titles in, 5 titles out. That's all right with me. Okay, on to the Little Hole in the Wall. Little Hole in the Wall was good to me. Okay, so I'll just tell you what I got there. This is a little shop I didn't know existed, but I'm glad it's there. I'll be showing up there a little bit more often. I got a Chew paperback, Volume 1, first print. Always wanted to read it. Never got around to getting them at the shop, so I was okay with that. Paid $3 for that. I also found 2 copies of the Pro. That's really cool. I can't wait to read this. I've heard good things about this, but I believe it's adult reading, so don't leave this around with the kids. I'm not going to go and open this up for you because they're very nice condition, and if I even open up one of them, I'm going to read it. But you gotta leave that in a separate place. Okay. Along with that, I ran out of bags, people. I ran out of bags, so sorry. My next 4 books have no bags. I picked up a Dazzler number 22. That was cool. Early appearance of Rogue, like that. I jumped on these, not even caring what printing they were. Found out, obviously, they're not the first printing. I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2. And number 3. Number 2, from what I believe, is a third print. Number 3 is a second print. Either way, I'm happy to have them. Those cost me $5 each. I don't know if they were worth it. You guys let me know. I think they were. And the rest of them were actually $1 a piece. I found this. And unfortunately, guys, I have to let you guys know from here on out, most of these books have some water damage on it. But for $1 a piece, I still pulled them. I had to. So we have XMen annual number 14, and I'll show you the water damage on that. See it? There it is. That one's got the spine on that. Didn't fare too well, but I still picked it up. It's all right. Good reading material. Got Infinity Gauntlet number 6, the grand finale of that series. That was really cool. Ron Lim art and George Perez. Very cool. You know what? Bad thing is, I still have to collect the rest of the series. I have number 1 and now number 6. I've read the series. I just need to collect the individual issues. All right, this one actually fared pretty well. There was no damage to this one. A New Mutants number 86, and has a cameo of Cable. Very cool. You guys don't know about that? Pick it up. You know, who says you guys have to have number 87? It'd be nice to have number 87, but this is good too. All right, I also got Amazing Spider-Man number 245, The Unmasking of Hobgoblin. Yes, this was something I'm not always looking for, but I'm glad I found it. This one didn't have too much water damage. Still the little corner right there. Focus in. There it is. No big deal. That's a keeper for me. I like that. I took a little bit of advice from Gene Paulus Peter. We were talking about Barry Windsor Smith art, and he says that this is one of his finest works. Machine Man, the 4-part miniseries. I found number 1 in that stack at that hole-in-the-wall place, and I'll probably go search for more if I like this. It was highly suggested by another YouTuber, so by all means, go check it out. Another thing to check out that I'm really happy to be a part of is Gene Paulus Peter's Hangouts. I have met so many great people on that Hangout, and it's by invitation. But I'm glad to be invited. These things are fairly just so entertaining, full of information. And it's not always about comic books, but the majority of it is. I have a good time. I talked to quite a few people. I talked to Biggie's Comics, Manny NYC. I've seen Amazing Murphinator on there, Dr. Silver Age. Just a ton of great people. I'm so privileged to get to know these people. It's a really good thing. Okay, going on. I found Iron Man number 305. When the full appearance of the Hulkbuster armor. Great stuff. I was a little bothered by this. I read the story, and they're just full out bash and brawl through most of the book, and then they finally just come to terms. Like they said, "Hey, I would do this thing that you said," and I said, "Oh, why didn't you say that before we started beating each other's brains out?" And they said, "Oh, well, I tried." Iron Man says, "I tried talking to you, telling you that, but you were too interested in fighting." So, and then they stop right in the middle of that. How bizarre is that? That's weird. Anyway, that was one of the good ones. I also found this Avengers number 196, first appearance of the Taskmaster. Taskmaster's a pretty cool dude. I just wish he had more more coverage, more appearances. That was really bad one. Look at that. Yeah, and it's pretty wavy, actually a little drawing there. But that's okay. Ask yourself the question: would you leave it there for $1? No. Don't leave it for $1. Take it. I took it. Right. And another crunchy one. Actually, these two together were 50 cents a piece. Go figure. Got an amazing, not amazing, Captain America Annual number 8. One of my favorite Mike Zack covers. It's a classic battle between Captain America and Wolverine. It was actually one of my favorite books growing up. It's one of the ones I got off the shelf rack, and I'm so happy. I still have it to this day. All right, here we go. Got X Factor number 24. That was pretty cool. Yeah, there's some water damage, some discoloration here, but once again, ask yourself the question: you gonna leave it there for $1? Not me. This was cool. I was really happy to find this. This was really neat. It's Superman number 330. Not a whole lot going on, but here's the funny thing. The cover tells it all. It's Superman trying to convince Lois that, or no, not Lois Lane, Lana, that he said that he's Superman. Look at this. Said, "Lana, now do you believe on Clark Kent?" Of course not. What kind of idiot do you take me for? This is what Clark Kent looks like. How naive are these people? It's so funny. I found that really hilarious. And the last book I've got to show you guys was this. Action Comics number 521. First appearance of Vixen. I let this slip through my hands once before, and find this for $1? Oh, awesome. Very cool. So with that said, it's that little humble haul there. And hope you guys are all doing well. Can't wait to see the rest of your guys' videos. And hope you guys are accomplishing those top 10 lists. I know I am. I'm going to hopefully take my time on this. I know some people are just almost exhausting their whole list all in like 2 months. But guys, come on. If you guys wait, you guys get what you want and get it in the condition you guys want it for and the price you want to pay for it, right? With that said, hey, you guys have a good one. And once again, happy hunting. This is Comicfan. See you guys later.